Welcome back to another video. Today we're in the Open Ultra League, and today we're going to be featuring a team revolved around the Cresselia and Registeel and Giratina. Here we have a pretty good matchup as the Swampert is trying to look to catch a move. They do switch out, and we are forced to switch out into the Giratina because we don't really have future sight on our Cresselia. Our Cresselia is built to take down more of the waters type. So here we're going to have to make sure we don't have our move CAP tied, charge attack priority tied, and try to make sure we throw optimal timing here. We do shield once, potentially to try to win back this alignment. We go for this Dragon Claw right here, and they do decide to let it go, which is great. Here, they decide to come in with the Venus Sword. This Venus Sword here, we're going to have to stay in for now. As Giratina goes down, we do have the Registeel for this. They're going to immediately switch out, and they're going to try to snipe some energy, but we switch out into the Cresselia, and we already have Grass Knot available. So we know that one Grass Knot here doesn't quite take it out. They're going for another move here. We don't have to shield this one. It only is going to do, like, I don't know, 10% damage right there. So GG's to our opponent right there. We just kind of hard countered them a little bit. They might have had a chance if they actually double shielded their Charizard right there. So here we have the Shadow Dragonite. This is kind of a peculiar... Oh, they actually switched out. I was going to say the Shadow Dragonite is a really tough Pokemon to deal with because they have the one turn fast moves, and you really got to make sure you are accurate with your move timing. So here we're going to go in with our Giratina versus this Cresselia. We do shield a Moonblast right here because we do believe they'll let this Cresselia go as they're looking to farm down. Oh, they actually shielded. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to have to double shield here. We're going to make sure we throw this Dragon Claw right before they get to a Moonblast. They decided to double shield as well, and so if that's the case, we're going to snipe their energy. And we'll go in with the Grass Knot right here. Ooh, they actually have a Steelix in the back here. Steelix in the back against this Cresselia is not the best. Here, we're going to have to just throw these Grass Knots. It does probably like 5% damage at this point. Less now. Ideally here, we do want this Cresselia to go down. But I'm also thinking about potentially saving a move and using it on the Dragonite, because we know there's a Dragonite, right? So here we just switch out into the Giratina to clear the debuff, also to just chip away at this Steelix. Now we have a decision to make. Are we going to go in with our Registeel or the Cresselia chip damage? We decided to go in with the Registeel. We're going to have to tank a Earthquake right here. Earthquake only did about 40%. This Dragonite does go for the superpower. We switch out, and then we're going to throw this Moonblast to take out this Dragonite, and we're trying to get to a Grass Knot right there. Unfortunately, we were not able to get to the Grass Knot, and we are going to lose this game. So GG's to our opponent right there. The Shadow Dragonite ended up coming clutch for them, going basically only throwing a superpower, but enough to impact the whole match. So here, Charizard is going to be a weird situation, but we have a chance to break down some shields because Cresselia, like I said, potentially could have Future Sight, so we're going to pretend like we have Future Sight. We do get the debuff, and we get a shield, which is fantastic. Here, our opponent is going to be throwing another Blastman. We know that we can survive it because they got the debuff already. We're going to potentially go for another bait, but they don't fall for it. They're going to basically just save their shield. And now we're just going to commit and just go for another Moonblast right here. Moonblast takes it down to the red. Our opponent ends up switching out into the Virizion. This Virizion is only going to be... Oh, I was going to say potentially could have Stone Airs, but it looks like they don't. So we're going to allow this Virizion to throw another Leaf Blade right here. So in a situation like this, we kind of want the Virizion to go down, but also we want energy on this Giratina so we could potentially throw that energy at that Charizard. So here we're just going to go for the KO. Oh man, that is worst case scenario. They actually end up having Swampert and Virizion in the back for our Registeel. That is very unfortunate for us. Now we're going to have to basically chip this away and try to catch a Hydro Cannon. It looks like they are going to throw a move here. It ends up being the Earthquake. Yeah, this is going to be tough because this Charizard has a ton of energy. We're going to show this Blast Burn here, and we're not even able to get to another Focus Blast here. We have to let that go, and this Giratina is super low. So, yeah, in hindsight, we should have switched out, but we didn't know that it had a Swampert in the back right there. In hindsight, we probably should have switched out our Registeel into that Virizion matchup and try to chip away at it. Next, we are going to be met with the Cresselia Mirror. Here, we're going to have to throw these Moon Blasts. This is going to be your classic Cresselia versus Cresselia matchup here. Both of us do have the Moon Blast, so pretty much we're just going to be throwing Moon Blast. However, they are going to be able to win CMP here, so this is information for us to consider. The fact that we are going to lose this matchup because they are going to be winning CAP tie. We have to think about another way to wiggle out of this situation. So we're going to throw this Moonblast here. It does... the next Moonblast will take it into the red. So we're not going to do anything on this move here. Here, we're going to throw this Moonblast, and we're going to consider switching, I believe. Okay, we're going to save that Grass, and I'm going to switch out. Here, we're going to catch some move. Regardless of what move it is, it's going to be inefficient energy right here. So that was actually a nice play right there. Here we're going to tank a Hydro Cannon, and we're going to be throwing this Focus Blast here. This Focus Blast does roughly 50% damage here. So it is officially in Grass Knot range. And here that is job well done by the Registeel. So we're just going to let that go through. They don't allow us to get to another Focus Blast. So we know that they are low on energy. And now we have a decision to make. Do we just go for this Cresselia, or are we going to go Giratina? We go for the Giratina so that they are forced to use up even more energy. But we take it out before they get to the Earthquake here. Here we have the Tapu Fini on the Giratina. This is a really good matchup for the Giratina as we're running the Shadow Claw version. As you can see, the fast moves are chipping away a lot. And no need to get to be a hero. We're going to shield that because it potentially could have been Moonblast. And we are applying so much pressure here that they're going to have to go for the Moonblast on this next turn. And so that means that we're going to shield this regardless. But because they have to go to another move, we are going to be able to win with the timeout. So that team right there was super, super tanky. And we also had a pretty tanky team there. So both of us basically just ran out of time. Next game here, we have the Shadow Machamp. This is a great lead for us. Interesting that they're staying in. Maybe they have payback. We don't know yet. They are throwing. Okay, they do have the payback. As you can see right there, we do survive the payback. So there was no need to shield that first one there. They switch into the Stun Tank here. Makes sense. Poison protecting the fighter. We're going to come back in with our Registeel. This Registeel is going to tank a Crunch. We do get debuffed, unfortunately. But we are going to be able to throw this Focus Blast here and looking to farm down. No farm down. Okay. Looks like our opponent ends up throwing another Crunch. Doesn't quite take us down. Now we're going for the farm down. We know that they have the Machamp. They're probably going to come back with the Machamp. We're going to go with the Zap Cannon here. Potential debuff, and it does a lot of damage. We do get the debuff, so our opponent is going to have to consider double shielding at this point. We do get 2 shields out of this Machamp. They go for a move here, so we're going to shield because we feel like this Cresselia can get to a move, and they don't want to see this Cresselia in the back. Okay, it looks like they have the Ampharos in the back there. We do get a Moonblast chip, and because we have a shield advantage here, we should be okay, as they do have Brutal Swing, but we are resisting all of these Volt Switches, which is fantastic. We can survive another Brutal Swing here. And now all we have to do is just throw an optimal timing. Here goes a Dragon Claw right here. Doesn't quite take it out, but the next Dragon Claw will take it out. Remember, they still have the Shadow Machamp, so all we have to do here is shield whatever move they throw. They are able to get to the move right when we get to the move, so ends up being the cross chop. We already have a Dragon Claw. Because it's Shadow, this is going to do a good amount of damage, and they decided GG's quit. So check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.